Whilst working on my master's degree at the Shakespeare Institute at the University of Birmingham, I read the book Around Shakespeare Comes to Broadmoor and started to think about how it could be used for those people for whom communication is an issue. One of the areas where there's been much less activity in the UK recently has been using Shakespeare in the prison context. So over the last year I've worked really hard to build connections with prison governors, and so I currently work in H&P Leicester and H&P Gartree. I've worked with a group of 8 men for the first ever performance of Shakespeare in Gartree during its history. This was attended by 14 of the men who were inmates and also around 20 members of staff, including the governor and deputy governor. It was really heartwarming to watch the men who came as an audience stand at the end and give an impromptu standing ovation to their peers who performed for them, and to hear the conversations of equality between the governor, the staff and the men, possibly for the first time in a lot of instances. For me, Shakespeare is as relevant today as it was when it was first written, and I think the way we need to keep that alive is to continually make it relevant and accessible to people. For a lot of people maybe who haven't had such a great education or haven't engaged in formal education, there is a perception that Shakespeare might be inaccessible. That's certainly something I found with some of the men in Gartree when we first started working on it. But by making it accessible to people, there's something that they can act out in and something they can involve themselves in, something they can draw on their own emotions as opposed to a set text that must be performed in a rigid fashion. I really think we can bring Shakespeare to life for so many people. There's lots and lots of different organisations that work using drama across learning disability groups, across those with mental health issues and across the criminal justice sector. One of the key areas that all of us struggle with is around looking at how we evaluate that and how we prove the worth of the work that we do. There's an awful lot of practitioners working out there, and some academics are engaged with those, but I think if we could strengthen that dialogue through initiatives such as the Applied Shakespeare Symposium that we hosted at the Institute for the first time in March 2018, we can really help to drive the field forward and open up more opportunities for more people to engage with Shakespeare.